Hey, everybody. This is a book called Henry and Mudge. You remember those guys, Henry and Mudge, and the Great Grandpas. Now, I don't know if you have a great grandpa. I don't. Mine passed away long since, but that is your grandpa's dad. And those guys are old. I mean, so you got your dad, and then his dad is your grandpa, and then your dad's dad is your great grandpa. And this is Henry and Mudge and the great grandpas. And it got an award from Dr. Uh, Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss Award. So it's a good book. That's what I know. Grandpas. Oh, by the way, it's a chapter book. Most Henry and Mudge books are chapter books. On a sunny summer day, Henry and Henry's dog Mudge went with Henry's parents to visit Great Grandpa Bill. Great Grandpa Bill was very old. He lived in a house with a lot of other grandpas. Oh, huh. Not all Henry's grandpas, I guess, but Henry liked them. He liked their checker games and their rocking chairs and their walking canes. Mudge liked the grandpas too. He liked the little mints they carried in their pockets. Uh, Mudge is always up for a snack, isn't he? Most dogs are. When they arrived at Great Grandpa Bill's house, Henry gave everyone a present. He always brought presents for the grandpas. He brought books and magazines. He brought butterscotch candies. He brought crossword puzzles and poker cards. The grandpas loved him. I don't blame him. Henry's a very nice little boy. They loved Mudge too. They petted Mudge, and when they were tired, they rested on him. Mudge didn't mind. He liked tired grandpas. While Henry's father and mother went in the house to visit with all of the grandpas, Henry and Mudge set off exploring. I wonder what they'll find. Great Grandpa Bill's house was near the woods, and Henry couldn't wait to have fun outside. Let's go, Mudge, he said. So while everyone played checkers and cards, Henry and Mudge went looking for adventures. Chapter 2. A pond. Henry and Mudge walked through the crunchy woods. Mudge sniffed logs. He ate sticks. He disappeared in bushes. Sounds like my dog. Henry climbed on stumps. He swung on trees. He peeked in little dens. Oh, I wonder what animal lives in that den. Maybe a skunk or a badger. That'd be so cool. Then Henry saw a clearing. This way, Mudge. Henry and Mudge ran to the clearing. It was beautiful. There were meadows and flowers and birds and butterflies and a swimming pond. Man, I would love to find a swimming pond. Not today, it's kind of cold, but that would be really great. A pond, Mudge, said Henry. Mudge wagged and wagged. They ran to the side of the pond. Henry tested the water. Just right for swimming. But Henry knew they couldn't swim yet. No swimming alone was one of his parents' big rules. That is a good rule. You should definitely never swim alone. You should not even be by a swimming pool alone, especially if you don't know how to swim. Let's go get Dad and swim, Mudge, Henry said. Mudge was ready. He was perfect at dog paddling. That makes sense. Dogs are good dog paddlers. And you know that no one has to teach them, they just know how to do it. Chapter 3. Skivvies. Skivvies? That means underwear. When Henry told his parents about the pond, not only did Henry's dad want to swim, but great grandpa did too. And so did the other grandpas. They all wanted to go to the swimming pond. We'll have to go in our skivvies, said Henry's father. What's skivvies? Asked Henry. Underwear, said his father. Yeah. Okay. Mudge is in underwear. Henry looked at his mother. No girls allowed, Mom, Henry said. Henry's mother smiled. Anyway, she said, I was going to make spaghetti for the grandpas. Oh, he doesn't want his mom seeing him in his underwear. Then let's go, said Henry. Henry and Henry's father and Henry's big dog Mudge and all of the grandpas went to the swimming pond. It took a while to get there. The grandpas had to stop and rest on Mudge sometimes. What a cute book. When everyone got to the clearing, Great Grandpa Bill said, Holy cow! And all of the grandpas pulled off their pants and went swimming in their underwear. Henry and Henry's dad did too. Oh my goodness. Sorry, girls. Mudge gave rides to the grandpas who got tired. Instead of a life raft, Mudge is a life raft, said Henry's father. Henry giggled. Everyone swam for an hour. Then they lay in the sun. Wow, that looks like a pretty good time, man. The grandpas told stories about being in the Navy or working for the railroad or driving taxis. One grandpa had been a singer, and he sang them a little song. The pond was shiny, the sun was warm, and the grass was soft. Henry and Mudge and everyone there felt happy. That does sound like a pretty good time. And here's the last chapter, full and happy. It took a while to get back to Great Grandpa Bill's house. The grandpas had to rest on Mudge even more. Mudge didn't mind. When they got to the house, Henry's mother had a big pot of spaghetti ready. Everyone ate and ate and ate. All of the grandpas loved spaghetti, especially those without teeth. After dinner, everyone sat on the porch in rocking chairs. Everyone was full and happy. The grandpas grew quiet. Some slept, and as the sun slowly set, Mudge and Henry rested, glad for a grandpa house. Wow, Henry had a great time with the grandpas. One of the things that I loved about this book is it really shows how important it is to listen. Older people, like grandmas and grandpas, they've been around for a long time. That's how come they're old, right? So it turns out that they really know lots and lots of stuff. So I hope that you will invite your grandma or your grandpa to talk with you and tell them about the olden days when they were kids or about the things that they did in their lives. If you listen, you'll learn a lot. I loved hearing stories from my dad and my grandpa telling me about the things that they saw when they were younger. Things change, and it's very cool to learn about how things used to be. I hope you enjoyed Henry and Mudge and the Great Grandpas.